Andrew Leigh, How Economics Explains the World, A Short History of Humanity. Dive into How Economics Explains the World, A Short History of Humanity by Andrew Leigh and discover the astonishing journey of human society through the lens of economics. This enlightening narrative explores transformative eras like the agricultural, age of sail, and industrial revolutions. Each period marks pivotal shifts in how societies functioned, from hunting and gathering to settled agriculture, and later to complex global trade networks. Uncover geography's role in accelerating progress and the profound impact of technological innovations. As we traverse history's tapestry, Leigh delves into economic principles that powered and plagued societies, highlighting successes and cautionary tales. Understand how historical shifts in infrastructure, trade, and social dynamics have shaped the world we live in today. This summary offers both a broad overview and intricate details of how economic forces sculpted human civilization, providing a richer understanding of our past and clues to navigating the future.
Seeds of Civilization. Imagine living in a time when every day's struggle revolves around finding your next meal. This was life for our ancestors around 10,000 BC, until a game-changing innovation set humanity on a new trajectory. The agricultural revolution, over 12,000 years ago, marked a significant departure from the harsh reality of nomadic life. By settling into agriculture, communities transformed their existence, starting with significant innovations like the world's oldest plowed field discovered in northwestern India, dating back to 2800 BC. This shift allowed societies to amass food surpluses, freeing individuals to diversify their skills in various crafts, advancing technology with tools, toys, and even rudimentary plumbing systems. However, this new era came with its own set of trials. Reliance on agriculture led to less varied diets, sparking malnutrition, while newfound wealth exacerbated inequality and oppressive regimes emerged, sustained by agricultural excess. Geography played a determinative role in these advancements. Eurasia's favorable conditions, rich with domesticable species and a continuous east-west climate band, significantly aided the exchange of crops, animals, and ideas. This geographical advantage accelerated progress, propelling these societies to prominent global roles, including colonization. In contrast, regions like Africa and the Americas, with their challenging north-south orientations and climate diversity, faced natural impediments, slowing their development pace. The agricultural revolution was not merely an economic shift, it laid down the foundation for intellectual achievements as well. It nurtured an intellectual class, sparking breakthroughs in mathematics, astronomy, and the early inklings of social welfare. This period of profound transformation underscores the dual nature of progress, highlighting both the costs and opportunities that have ultimately molded the complex world we navigate today. Forces of transformation. Geography, once a dominant force during the agricultural revolution, was eventually mastered by humans, allowing them to direct the course of history themselves. The Grand Canal in China serves as a prime example of how transformative infrastructure can reshape economies and societies. Stretching over 1,600 kilometers, it linked the Yellow and Yangtze rivers through a project initiated as early as the 5th century BC, with significant expansions during the Sui dynasty. What began as a government initiative for grain tax collection evolved into a vital trade artery connecting northern and southern China, spurring economic prosperity. By 1000 CE, China's daily income outpaced that of England, illustrating the profound impact of innovative infrastructure. Globally, advancements in maritime technology ushered in the Age of Sail, characterized by pioneering voyages from explorers such as Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama. These travels initiated an exchange of crops, animals, and unfortunately, diseases between continents, fostering increased international commerce but also ushering in darker consequences, such as European colonialism and the Atlantic slave trade. Coastal cities like Lisbon, Alexandria, and Athens thrived as bustling financial centers during this era. Innovative financial instruments, such as Venice's colleganza system, emerged, enabling poorer merchants to invest in maritime ventures and promoting social mobility. However, Venice's fall serves as a stark warning. When opportunities were monopolized by a few established families, societal innovation stagnated, and the city's economic dominance declined. This highlights a critical truth: open pathways to social mobility fuel growth and progress. This period was not just about transportation and trade, it witnessed revolutionary inventions like reading glasses and the movable type printing press, which spread swiftly across regions. These innovations underscore the power of non-rivalrous ideas, which can be shared widely without losing value. Unlike tangible goods, ideas can drive massive change and advancement. Similarly, religious transformations, like the Reformation, inadvertently boosted literacy and education, further invigorating economic development in Protestant regions. This fascinating era underscores how interconnected elements, ranging from engineering marvels to religious and technological shifts, shaped economic landscapes. It serves as a powerful reminder that economic progress is the result of intricate, interconnected forces reaching far beyond mere financial exchanges. Economic evolution's impact. Imagine a world shifting from simple barter to a sprawling tapestry of global trade and finance. This seismic change began with the Industrial Revolution, an era that transformed economies and societies. For ages, people saw little improvement in their living conditions, but the 18th century sparked a dynamic period of innovation. The steam engine, crafted by James Watt, was a game-changer in factories and transportation, igniting industrialization. Yet, the fruits of progress, improved wages and living standards, weren't immediately apparent, taking decades to materialize in the workers' lives. Trade was a catalyst in this transformation. As nations opened their doors, vibrant trade routes emerged, exemplified by Britain's 1846 repeal of the Corn Laws, which championed free trade. Nevertheless, trade was not always benevolent, with the Opium Wars casting a shadow over its darker aspects. The Industrial Age saw the rise of corporations and financial institutions, fundamentally altering the global economic framework. The creation of limited liability companies spurred investment while new central banks aimed to stabilize economies. Although these entities fueled growth, they also concentrated wealth and influence. Technological leaps continued to redefine industries. Henry Ford's assembly line brought automobiles to the masses, and retail pioneers like Woolworths shaped consumer habits. Migration provided a vein of economic vitality, as improved transportation allowed millions to find new opportunities abroad, impacting societies and economies profoundly. Thus, the tale of economic evolution is one of both advancement and adversity. Innovations and trade have elevated living standards but also birthed new inequalities and complex challenges. This narrative is a stark reminder that progress often accompanies a spectrum of consequences. The Inequality Legacy. Inequality is a persistent hallmark of the global economy, with vast disparities evident between thriving and struggling nations. The roots of this divide can be traced back to the profound impacts of the two world wars and the subsequent economic flux of the 20th century. The interwar years witnessed significant economic instability. After World War I, Germany was engulfed in severe hyperinflation due to onerous war reparations, setting the stage for extremism and the rise of Hitler. Globally, the economic prosperity of the 1920s was shattered by the 1929 stock market crash, triggering the Great Depression. This period was defined by an intense clash of ideas between economists John Maynard Keynes and Friedrich von Hayek over how to recover from the downturn. World War II's resolution depended heavily on the economic might of the Allies. Post-war, there was a concerted effort to establish a robust international economic framework, leading to the formation of pivotal institutions like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. During this time, Keynesian principles gained traction, advocating for active government roles in economic management. Consequently, many countries enhanced their welfare systems and social services, paving the way for widespread economic growth. This ushered in a dynamic era from 1945 to 1975, often termed the Glorious 30, characterized by economic expansion in the West with influential unions, soaring tax rates for the wealthy, and the ability of a single income to suffice for home ownership. Yet, this prosperity was not universal. While Western households enjoyed new luxuries like televisions, Chinese citizens endured Mao's catastrophic Great Leap Forward, and India's economy plodded along at a sluggish rate derisively referred to as the Hindu rate of growth. It wasn't until the late 1970s that a new shift began to reshape the global economic landscape. Economic shifts unleashed. In the 1970s, a wave of economic innovation began reshaping the world. In China, bold villagers risked severe punishment by cultivating private plots, sparking an agricultural boom that pulled millions out of poverty. Meanwhile, in the West, economic paradigms were evolving dramatically. Influential thinkers like Milton Friedman promoted the virtues of smaller government and freer markets, with political leaders such as Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan spearheading these principles. Their policies radically redrew the economic landscape, with public assets privatized and union powers curtailed, benefiting some, while exacerbating inequality for others. The 1980s and 1990s witnessed economies wrestling with hyperinflation, which threatened stability from Hungary to Zimbabwe. In response, inflation targeting emerged as a game-changing strategy. New Zealand set a precedent in 1990 by entrusting its central bank to maintain inflation between 0 and 2%, effectively taking monetary policy out of political hands. By doing so, they stabilized their economies, transforming inflation from a rampant beast into a manageable entity. In the U.S., this approach took inflation from alarming peaks in the early 1980s to consistently benign levels thereafter. This era of economic overhaul didn't stop at domestic policy shifts. Countries like India embraced liberalization, reducing government control and inviting foreign investment, which fueled rapid growth and birthed global giants such as Tata. The global trade fabric strengthened significantly, drawing economies closer. The establishment of the World Trade Organization in 1994 and the introduction of the euro in 1999 symbolized this newfound interconnectedness. Although these transformations spurred remarkable growth, particularly in Asia, they also spawned new challenges, notably the burgeoning inequality prevalent across the globe. Economics' evolving role. Reflecting on the progress of economics reveals a journey of remarkable strides and evolving understanding. From the power of specialization and trade to the revolutions sparked by technology, economics has highlighted both prosperity and inequality. No longer confined to simplistic models, the field has matured to encompass the complexities of human behavior, identity, and social dynamics. Despite this advancement, the journey continues amid pressing challenges like climate change and artificial intelligence. Addressing these issues requires grappling with long-term consequences and potential catastrophic risks. Economics equips us with tools to tackle such challenges, underscoring the need for carbon pricing, ethical AI investment, and global cooperation to mitigate existential threats. Beyond these, it also offers practical solutions to everyday issues like traffic congestion and economic crises and guides personal decisions by highlighting opportunity costs and marginal benefits. As we anticipate future developments, economics must adapt to new technologies, changing social norms, and global challenges, yet it remains a powerful lens for understanding human behavior and societal progress. This narrative of economics reflects human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of a better life, providing insights into our current world and offering pathways to shape a brighter future.
Andrew Leigh's How Economics Explains the World masterfully synthesizes pivotal economic principles through humanity's past innovations and struggles. From the agricultural revolution's birth of settled societies to the industrial revolution's transformative technologies, Leigh illustrates how economic forces and geographical advantages propelled societies to unprecedented heights. However, these advancements also bred new challenges, including inequality and exploitation. Throughout this history, the rise of infrastructure, trade innovations, and evolving economic philosophies like free markets and inflation control have shaped our modern world. As we face today's global challenges, from climate change to digital economies, the book emphasizes the need for adaptability and foresight, underscoring economics as a vital tool for understanding and addressing these complexities. Ultimately, Leigh reminds us of the power of economic insight not only to explain the past, but to illuminate a path toward a more equitable and prosperous future.